Hi, everybody. I'm going to just talk about something a little different today. I'm going to talk about gloves. Earlier this week, I went to a bunch of the local outdoor stores to get replacement gloves. The pair that I have been using over the last several years is a medium weight cross country ski gloves. And these provide good coverage for the wintertime for me, maybe down to minus 25 or so. But I found that the gloves now have holes in the palms and the stitching is all coming out. So I needed something new. I bought these several years ago and they worked out really, really well. But it was time to go looking. They're no longer made anymore. So I need to find something new. I do find, although I kind of don't think I've got large hands, I do find that I need to wear or extra large gloves, and I really need to try them out because I often find gloves either too small, or if not too small, they're really too small around my fingers, so they either cut circulation, cut the insulation out. So I do need to try them out. I also need good dexterity and really good breathability. I find a lot of companies are making gloves that are windproof, but they make them windproof by putting in a waterproof breathable layer, and that layer really just makes me have sweaty, wet hands. So those are the things that I need. I did go to the local stores. I did find a pair of smart wool gloves and a pair of black diamond gloves that I think will work for next year. We're getting to a season where it's just too warm to wear those mid-weight gloves now. But in thinking about that, I thought I would just give you what do I wear normally throughout all the seasons. In the summertime, I wear just cycling gloves, really breathable with a leather palm. These are really great. I like to have the full fingers because it gives me good coverage. And last year, I started wearing SPF gloves just to protect my hands from the sun. And they're super light, they fit really well, and they give good protection from the sun. Into the fall, into those shoulder seasons and the spring seasons, I just wear leather construction gloves. And they work really well. They protect my hands. If I go for a slide, that's good. And they're warm enough, maybe down to -5 or so. Once it gets a little bit colder, I get a light knit liner and just use those in the leather gloves, and those easily get me to -15 or -20. They work really well. They breathe well. They're comfortable. Have good dexterity. Once it gets colder than that, I do need something a little bit warmer, and that's where I said I moved to these ski gloves, which gives me the medium weight ski gloves gives me that wind resistance, but it also gives me a little bit of extra warmth. And that gets me down to -25 or so. The key for me, though, is having that wind resistance as well as really breathable. Waterproof layers, just for me, they make my hands sweaty, and then they get wet, and then they get cold, and they get frozen. Um, Once it gets below -25 or so, I start switching to gauntlet style gloves. So I put on a pair of light knit and then put on these, I'm going to call them big garbage mitts. My fingers are all together and they keep me really warm. Those work really well to -35 or so. And if it gets colder than that, I will break out my pogies. And I didn't bring my pogies, but I'll bring out my pogies and then I'll move back to my either the knit gloves or the cross country ski gloves. And inside the pogies, those stay nice and warm. The other thing that I do is when I'm out, I always carry a spare pair of gloves. If something happens to my gloves, if they rip, if they get wet, which often happens, I can change into something that's dry and warm again. Often I carry, if I know that the weather is going to be changing, I will carry these knit gloves. I'll carry these knit gloves and maybe some garbage mitts to go over them if I know the temperature is going to be going down while I'm out there. So that's what I wear through the seasons. And my experience at getting gloves means I really need to go to the stores, put them on and try them, and make sure the dexterity is there, make sure the fingers are not too tight. and make sure they are what I expect with regards to warmth, feeling, and size, and that lack of a waterproof, breathable layer. Now you know. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.